From the beginning of human civilization until today, there has always been one thing that has remained constant: war. And throughout history, there has never been a shortage of reasons to go to war. Differences in religion, politics, economics, land, and power have all been reasons for countless wars throughout history. In this video, we are going to talk about one such war, the bloodiest war in the history of the United States, a war that almost tore the nation apart and led to the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, the American Civil War. The American Civil War was fought between the United States and a group of 11 southern states that seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. The war lasted from 1861 to 1865 and resulted in an estimated 620,000 deaths, which was around 2% of the total U.S. population at the time. The war was one of the deadliest in world history and is considered to be the first modern war, marking the transition from warfare between nations to warfare between states. The war was fought over many issues, but the primary cause was the expansion of slavery into new territories. As the United States grew, the question of whether or not to allow slavery in new states became a major point of contention between the North and the South. The South, which relied heavily on slave labor for its economy, wanted to expand slavery into new territories, while the North, which had largely moved away from slavery, opposed this expansion. This issue, along with others such as states' rights and tariffs, led to the formation of two distinct political parties in the 1850s: the Republican Party, which opposed slavery, and the Democratic Party, which supported it. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln, a Republican, was elected president. His election was seen as a threat by the southern states, which seceded from the Union and formed the Confederacy. When Lincoln took office, the conflict was inevitable. Confederate forces attacked a U.S. fort in South Carolina, starting the Civil War. For the next 4 years, the nation was torn apart. Brothers fought against brothers, friends fought against friends. Families were divided, and the country was bleeding. But in 1863, President Lincoln changed the course of the war with the Emancipation Proclamation. With this single document, he turned the war into a battle for freedom, not just for the Union, but for all people. The proclamation declared that all slaves in the rebellious states shall be then, henceforward, and forever free. This gave the Union Army a powerful new reason to fight, and also helped to turn the tide of public opinion in the North in favor of the war. After 4 long and bloody years, the war came to an end in 1865. The Confederacy was defeated and slavery was abolished. But the victory came at a steep price. Over 600,000 Americans were dead. The country was in ruins, and the wounds left by the war would not heal for generations. The Civil War was a defining moment in American history. It was a war about freedom, about the very soul of the nation. It was a war that pitted neighbor against neighbor, brother against brother. It was a war that tested the strength and resolve of a nation. But in the end, it was a war that was worth fighting. Because when the dust had settled and the bodies had been buried, the United States was a better nation for having fought it. Slavery was abolished, and the principles of freedom and equality were reaffirmed. The Civil War was a tragedy, but it was a necessary tragedy. It was a war that had to be fought to preserve the Union and to secure the blessings of liberty for all Americans. So what do you think? Was it worth all the blood, sweat, and tears? Could the nation have been saved another way? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more thrilling stories from real history. Thanks for watching.